Now isn't that a beauty? This is where I've been spending my evenings for the last few days now. I think this is my third day and it's been absolutely stunning here. The light is getting dim now, so it's getting harder to photograph, so I thought I'd show you my surroundings for this video. Hey everyone, Taco here and I hope you're doing well. And today I thought I'd take you along my photo shoot of waterfowl that is running loose around all this stream area. I've tried to capture a number of them as they appear in the evening as they hunt for food. There's a bunch of egrets, there's some great blue herons, along with a number of black-crowned night herons, and also some killdeer that are running around on the ground there. It's such an action-packed area and so close to residential places that I'm quite surprised they're here. But as you can see, they are well within the stream area where no people can come, so they probably feel safe that way. In any case, this is such a good find, and I'll show you what I got here a little bit later in the video. But in meantime, let's check out what I'm looking at. Downstream there is where the waterfall is. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's right there. That's where the waterfall is. And right now, that's where the egrets are hanging around. So it's a little bit too far for me to capture, but they were, before I was filming this, they were literally right in front of me, like right there. So I got a few captures there. Right now, I am using my Nikon Z9 with the 800 6.3s, and earlier this week, I was actually here a couple of times, and I had my 180 to 600 millimeter 5.6 to 6.3, and I got a number of shots with that lens as well. So I'll show you some of those at the end of this video. But I was actually very surprised to find out that this place, which is so close to residential area, uh, there is a number of waterfowl here that make it their habitat. I believe in those trees right there. Actually, probably in those trees right there. Uh, I did see a number of cormorants and black-crowned night herons just perched inside the branches, deep inside the branches there. So their nest is probably somewhere hidden in there. And they go down to the local stream here to gather some food. So come the evening, I've only been here in the evening. I should probably try and come here for the morning sometime to see if they are here hunting for food and when the light is a little bit brighter. So I did. However, as you can see, it rained quite heavily last night, more so than I thought it did. So the water level of this river is quite high, higher than it was in any of the previous visits that I've been here on. So I'm not seeing a lot of action in terms of waterfowl now. The water level is so high that I'm not able to capture anything on the water because, as you can see, the rocks that were out in the middle of the river here has actually gone under water because the water level is so high. So I don't think I'm going to be able to see much here in terms of waterfowl action. So it looks like I'm just going to have to come back for another day. The night time, the sun, as you can see here, gets blocked by those trees, so the light gets dim quite quickly. making me need to increase my ISO up to 3200 and even more sometimes. So it gets a little tough in the evenings, but I did manage to capture a fair amount of photos that I think I actually really like. So I'll show them to you and let me know what you think of those. But let me flip my camera around here for 1 second. So right about all this area here, that rocky shore area, that's where all the killdeer were running around. There's a bunch of them, probably like 10, 12, 15 of them, just minding their own business, trying to get some food. And then there was earlier today, somewhere here, a black crowned night heron. Let's see if I can find him. He was resting in one of the shoreline rocks, and since they're so still, it's really hard to find them. He's probably not here anymore, unfortunately, but there were a number of them here, and I did manage to capture some the other day, accompanied by these colorful wildflowers there in the background. So my intention or goal with these photographs that I'm taking by the stream here is not to get close-up detailed shots of the waterfowl. In fact, I'd rather capture them in their natural habitat where I'm able to compose them in a pleasing manner and capture them in action or maybe still as they hunt for their food. I'm quite happy with some of the ones that I captured, so I'll show them to you. And so again, it's not the close-ups that I'm after, despite the fact that I'm using these telephoto lenses, the 800 and the 180 to 600 millimeter. So check out this current here downstream. Now, I really like what I'm seeing here with the texture of the water and the ripples. I wanted to capture that, but do something different with it. So what I thought was there were actually over here. Oh, actually, they're gone now. I think there were mallard ducks that were swimming upstream somewhere here, and they were approaching me actually. So what I did was when they were literally right in front of me, trying to combat this stream going upstream, I captured them in a long exposure, about 1/10 of a second, and I also panned my camera, trying to move at the exact same pace as the ducks were swimming upstream and following them so that I would get some part of their body in focus while the water moving in the opposite direction was blurred. Extremely difficult to do because these ducks just bob their heads in and out of the water all the time, and they move haphazardly uh, in the water. So it's very hard to do, but I'm super stoked that I was able to do it. And here's the picture. All right, so I packed up for the day now. I'm getting bitten alive here by all the bugs. I'm not even sure what's biting me, but it's really itchy. And anyway, just saw all the herons, the black-crowned night herons. They just actually flew away into the trees, so they're probably done for the day. The egrets were here earlier in the evening, but they haven't returned since. So I'm not sure where they went anymore. They flew off further down upstream beyond the waterfall area. And when you have all these people that who are fishing in the stream there, you're not going to have any of the waterfowl resting in the middle of the stream anymore. There's some, I think that's a heron there that was just flying away into the distance. So, oh, actually, oh, look at all that. Those are all egrets. So they must all be sleeping in there for the evening. So they're done for the rest of the evening. And that means so am I. So I hope you like what I've shot. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching my video and enjoy the slideshow.